Yeah.
Puppet. Thank you guys. Yeah, I have no puppets. I'm sorry. Oh yes, sir. I love Colorado Springs. My wife and I moved back down here a while ago. We're in a non-traditional marriage. We still enjoy each other's company, and she still finds me attractive, even though I have to swim with a shirt on. But no, I love this town. We moved here, I think, for the same reason a lot of people moved to Colorado Springs. We wanted to be a lot closer to the car washes. I think the car wash scene, though, is getting a little bit out of control. I was driving through Briargate the other day and saw a mega church that had a car wash attached to it. Like a drive-through, kind of like one of those KFC Taco Bell deals. I don't know, you might have seen it. The name of it was like, Jesus, take the wheel and wash. It could have been Jesus, but anyways. Also, I like this town because it's got a little bit of an edge to it. It's a little dangerous. I like that in the town. I like the fact that the active duty soldiers are not allowed to go to the shopping mall here because it's not safe. I thought that was pretty funny. But I was born over at Fort Carson. Both my parents were in the Army. That's probably why I ended up joining the Marine Corps when I turned 17. But unfortunately, back in the 1900s, the Marines Corps, they didn't test for drugs. And I took that as a challenge. And unfortunately, I didn't make it to boot camp. But we've had a lot of great comics here tonight, comics from all over the Front Range. Got Fort Collins, Denver, Colorado Springs, of course. And I think there's one thing that everybody that lives on the I-25 corridor can agree on. It's the fact that no matter where you live, you believe the town 1 hour south of you is the worst place on earth. I don't know why we believe that, but we just do. Except for Boulder. We all hate Boulder, we can agree on that. But I think who we really need to be, skeptical of, that we need to worry about is a little further south. It's the state of New Mexico. Yeah, no, honestly, I think they've been flooding our streets with, those oversized chilies and the rescue pit bulls for a little too long now. Honestly, how's that still the state's name? Like, I figured by now it would have been changed to something like Obama's birth certificate wasn't Massachusetts. But, man, I had to bury my dad recently. And anybody who's, lost a loved one and had to go through that burial process understands that it's really important that you remember to drill little air holes in the box. I'm just kidding, Dad was cremated. But he's also a boomer. And I think the boomers get a bad rap for a lot of things. They have a bad reputation. I think one of the things they get in trouble for a lot is how they raised us, my generation. And I think that's completely unwarranted. I don't think that's fair because I can tell you that they did not raise us. I don't know what they were doing, but I had a house key when I was like 6. I know politics is a little bit of a touchy subject, especially down here in Colorado Springs. I'll let you guys know I'm a registered independent, so I like to make fun of both parties equally. One of my favorite groups to make fun of right now is the people that say they don't pay attention to politics. They always kind of remind me of the people that start asking questions halfway through a movie. You're just kind of like, hey, that talking part that you thought was boring at the beginning? You weren't really paying attention? Well, that was an election. Now this is the world we all get to live in. So, I do support the war on drugs, though. Just one drug in particular, actually. I support the war on Viagra. I feel like if we were able to outlaw Viagra, maybe these old politicians would retire and stop trying to fuck us so much. But, I do want what I think everybody wants. I want both parties to come together. I want Republicans and Democrats to start crossing the aisle like they used to do on that plane to that island. But, the division in our country, though, it's getting a little out of hand. People are talking about Civil War 2.0, I like to call it. I'm not totally against that idea. I feel like the first Civil War was like 90% camping. And also we got a bunch of really cool things out of that. We got the idea for triage, modern ambulances, the Thanksgiving holiday. Yeah, and I know a couple of cousins I would definitely cap for a 3-day weekend and some access to healthcare. So, no, my other job besides this is I'm a bartender, so I'm not that smart, but I really enjoy being a bartender because it's one of the few customer service jobs where I get to slowly poison the customers. They think it's their idea and I make good money. Stole that from ExxonMobil. But before I bartended, I had another career completely. I actually sold drugs. It's different. Alcohol's liquid, drugs are solid. But that came to a abrupt end when I sold drugs to a cop twice. And that's why I became a convicted felon. It's not all bad being a felon though. There's actually some bright sides. It's really easy to get out of destination weddings. When I got my felony, I was a young man. I was in my early 20s. My life kind of spiraled out of control. I put on a ton of weight. I was in and out of court all the time. It got really toxic with the women in my life, and I realized that if I didn't turn things around and become a better person, that there might be a solid chance I could end up serving like 4 to 8 years in the White House. All right, guys, I appreciate you. Thank you so much for coming out. Hey, we raised over $1,000 just to hear about my whole jokes and stuff, so that's amazing. Thank you guys so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you.